hesitation at all. The 19-year-old is going to serve first. That's how this second semi-final will get underway, with Aryna Sabalenka waiting for us in the final for the winner of this one. I'm Sue Thurl, delighted to say Sophie Amiak back alongside me for this one. Well, I think this semi-final is going to be worth the wait this evening, Sophie, don't you?
Well, I sure hope so, because it is, 10 p.m., a little bit later than 10 p.m. Local time in Miami, and you know that these players don't really like to wait that late to play a tennis match. But, yeah, as you mentioned, Aryna Sabalenka waiting, and herself probably at home with her feet up, very relaxed after a very, very good match against Paolini. 6-2, 6-2, absolutely devastating. Paolini didn't play badly. She just was completely overplayed and overpowered. Said, 48 winners and 27 and 4 series total last night. I mean, those are numbers that you dream of. And she was playing for pretty much every part of the court. Came in as well. She was very successful with 13 out of 22 points coming to the net. Might see some of that today, but she's playing against a lady that is brand new, and a star was born here in Miami, that's for sure.
Well, it was so interesting rummaging through the stats against Iga Swiatek. One of the ones that really leapt out at me in that victory over the world number 2 was the number of times she broke her. 8 times she broke her in that match. I mean, that is extraordinary, attacking the second serve in particular.
Exactly. She was very, very aggressive on the second serve, which, funny enough, when I listened to her press conference, she said that it was not a tactic to begin with. It was just not something that they were highlighting in her box and with her coach. And she actually, figured out very quickly that she could take the ascendant by really pushing Swiatek. Swiatek, trying to find the form that we've seen before, but she's just not there right now. But good on Ayala, just unbelievable tournament. 3 top 10 players already, and 3, of course, players and former major champions. And well, tonight she's not playing a major champion, and we're going to see that head-to-head at 0 with most players that she's playing on the tour right now, as this is brand new territory for her.
Zhang Xuan, Jenny in the chair for this one. Another little quirky element of this is she beat Iga Swiatek and broke her 8 times by attacking the second serve, and the template for that was really generated. That's some start.
Yeah, and if you're wondering if that left thigh is a problem, it didn't seem to be any problem on this first run forward to the drop shot. And maybe that's what Pegula is doing, testing the leg. I'm sure with the amount of matches that Ayala has been playing this week, everything is pulling and hurting, no doubt.
Yeah, that's what she said after that win over Iga Swiatek. That's just the wear and tear of playing so many matches.
So we're going to see a lot of movement on the second serve of Ayala. I know that Pegula is going to start attacking that serve.
There is the Ayala box. She's had a lot of family here this week. It's just caught the outside of the line.
Yeah,
got a glimpse of her dad, Mike.
Yeah, parents flew in. And I think uncle and cousin from Seattle as well. Tony Nadal was here yesterday, had to fly back today, so he won't be here tonight for this match. It's important to mention that she is at the Nadal Academy, and she's been there since the age of 13. Thumbs up. Yes, I would say so.
It's the coach, Juan Pedro Bosch Salord. He's with her this week.
Let's look at the position of Pegula on the second serve, already inside the baseline. know much about this player, obviously. I mean, she's, you know, been playing a lot of ITF and tournaments, but she is very talented, to say the least. Forehand down the line is exquisite, especially the running forehand as a lefty. One thing probably is the first serves in.
Yeah, that's the easiest and quickest route to the finish line. And she took it there, no doubt at all. It was lovely hearing her speak, actually, after her victory over Iga Swiatek. She said, really philosophically, so much has changed, but then so little has changed. I'm still the same player I was, who was playing in an ITF in Trnava before she came to Miami. Also had a semi-final appearance in Canberra at the start of the year at ITF level. The last couple of years, it's been about making as much headway as possible for Ayala up the rankings.
Inside out forehand as well. I mean, it is definitely the forte of Alexandra Ayala. And the backhand cross court here, the return. Talk about being aggressive on the return. That was pretty impressive.
Well, 2 years ago, she started the year, did Ayala, just outside the top 200. Hadn't really been able to push on in quite the way she would have wanted until now, because she will be a top 100 player next week. She might also be
top 50 player if she keeps going that way.
She might be a finalist, maybe even a champion, who knows? And she's certainly made a champion start here, potentially.
She is going to move up to 75 right now in the live ranking. If she was to lose, sky's the limit. She keeps on going. Lots of energy, and she said that she's more of a morning person, so not really a night owl, but I tell you what, she's going to have to get used to it if she's playing at this level.
30-40. Well, the last 2 points, it felt like Jessica Pegula was just having a word with herself, as if to say, I'm not having this. Being broken in the first game.
Same tactic for Alexandra Ayala, just moving inside the baseline on the second serve.
What a sumptuous lob that was. And what a start.
Ayala leads 2 games to 0.
It's not surprising to me in the sense that, again, you know, you never played a player, so she was very shocked by that love to begin with. Just, you know, you don't know really the characteristic and the go-to shots when you haven't seen and played a player. I assure you that Ayala has seen Pegula quite a bit playing already in those last years on the ITF tour.
Cross-court forehand is nasty as well, isn't it? It's really flat. That ball just seems to keep going away from you.
Yeah, she actually hits the outside the ball with it, which is nice. It's just enough topspin to go over the net. A lot of similarity too with Leylah Fernandez as lefties. I think, you know, you see the forehand and even the backhand. That's what happens when you have a doubtful second serve.
Miss Yena is requesting.
You try to go for
the
more because you know
replay on left
that
service line.
your opponent is going to attack it. Throws a double fault.
Love 30.
Tried to be courageous, force the issue down the line. But the ward number 4 is desperately trying not to let her wriggle too far out of sight early on here.
Nice flat serve down the tee.
Game 14.
Pegula has the break back. Something to get her teeth to early in this opening set.
2 games to 1.
Very good start from Alex Eala. We're back on serve after 3 games. Onto that forehand and sent her opponent packing the other way.
Light vessel.
Forehand is a little bit floating. Has to accelerate through impact. She's hitting it a little bit late. Maybe some nerves out there. Need to be expected.
Alexa, stop it.
Well, that didn't take long at all.
2 games over.
Shaken up by the early break of serve. And then right back on it with the last 8 points in a row. Using all of her experience to just really knuckle down.
Ridiculous right now for Pegula, and just starting to play the same way that she played last night, which is missing much.
She comes from a sporty family. Her mum was a swimmer. There's Alexandra Iala. She was a bronze medalist in the Southeast Asian Games. In the 100 metres backstroke, excuse me. You can see the shift in momentum right there. She too was a medalist at the Asian Games a couple of years ago in the singles and mixed doubles. That's what she's battling a little bit at the moment, just containing that errors column. Super aggressive tennis. Nerveless when she comes forward.
It's a very smart play, good acceleration, and that volley I thought was pristine, beautiful, pushing Pegula behind the baseline. Good retrieval skill though, and asking the question very well answered.
Love that. Again, so confident in the forecourt.
I mean, that's just such a great way to build up a point. And coming in and really going towards the ball to try to take that ball as high as possible. Exquisite volley once again.
Really nice hold of serve, an important one as well to just re-establish some traction and hold all the momentum on the It's been a heavy workload this week for Alexandra Iala at this level. That's been the last 2 years, matches-wise. A lot of matches, 73 of them last year, 78 the year before. Her stats, Sophie, she so nearly broke through at Grand Slam level last year. Lost in the third round of qualifiers at the US Open, Wimbledon and the French Open. So near and yet so far.
Well, here's the good news.
Yeah, it's just around the corner.
After this tournament, she's going to go straight in. the main draw of the next major, which will be Roland Garros, Paris French Open. So after that, probably she's going to keep those points for a good year. Hopefully getting Wimbledon as well in the US Open. Yeah. That's perfectly gauged. And when she accelerates her forehand and her arm through her forehand, she's fine. It's when she starts waiting a little bit too long. But this is just so well played. You can really tell where she's going. Shoulders are turned. She's doing open stance and closed stance on the forehand.
The difficulty is anticipating where she's going. It's a double jeopardy, isn't it, Sophie? Because it's the open stance and she takes it early.
Yeah, you can't tell where she's going. And, you know, even though Pegula, I like what Pegula tried to play here with using the slice backhand, although it was not deep enough, just to change the rhythm and the height of the ball and the spin. Well done on that one. It's tough when that ball is deeper with the slice. For Ayala, you have to get that racket head really low below the level of the ball and swing earlier, because it's going to skid on the court with the slice. Wow.
Home net.
Deuce.
Acceleration on the return, putting the pressure on Pegula.
Again, that return was really low over the net.
Doesn't have a huge margin, that's for sure.
No.
Opportunity missed here. She had a lot of great results in the juniors as well, winning the Petits As, which is the World Championships in France under age 14 and under. I was in 2018 in my home country of France. Then won the 2022 US Open, the girls singles.
There's the attack on the second serve. I mean, she was practically jogging into the service box by the time she'd finished that.
Yeah, great. That was very quick preparation, quick release. The whole momentum going to the target.
She made that, she has. Sensational stuff from Alexandra Iala.
I mean, the level that she's playing right now is definitely top 10. There's no doubt. That's what she's done throughout the week here. Look how high that ball is. She's able to jump to it, keep her racket level of the ball to execute that inside-out winner. She was there. Good if that ball had been in.
15.
Brother Miko went with her to the Rafa Nadal Academy when she went there at the age of 13. He ended up spending 4 years also at Penn State University playing tennis.
It was such a tough thing to leave home and her parents, and having a brother there was so helpful.
Yeah, that's the danger. You cannot give her a sniff of that cross-court forehand because it will be dispatched.
It's fabulous anticipation from Pegula to go to the correct side. And yes, again, as you mentioned, that superb cross-court forehand.
Yeah, calmly done.
You know, it's always interesting to me when you see some new players and newcomer, and to hear about where they're from, especially coming from the Philippines, since there's obviously no players that we've known from the Philippines, and talking about her roots and how much she appreciates the support of her parents, and she's so proud of her country. Love the fact that she has her head on her shoulders. It's very impressive at her age. She's very poised. She really thinks before answering questions in press conference. And it's quite refreshing, you know, to see somebody who's not frightened by the occasion and feels in control. And I think she, obviously, with the training she's had at the Rafa Academy, helped tremendously to her professionals, helping you to be a professional at such a young age. She's definitely showing her character here in this tournament.
Took control of that. But I like the imagination in her tennis as well.
Yeah.
Willingness to play the slice, come forward, make volleys.
Yeah, she played majority on hard court, but definitely in Mallorca has the ability to play on clay. She's gonna have to. Clay season is coming up.
She's going to get wild cards galore.
Probably.
Might not need them really with that ranking as well, in fairness.
She's not going to like this. That's a bad mistake for Pegula, and she knows it. Just too static on this return of serve. You know, when she won the Girls' Championship in the US Open, she actually made the first page of Vogue magazine in the Philippines. And she was shocked. She was like, I couldn't believe it.
She also beat, in that run, Mira Andreeva in the quarterfinals. And she must have been watching what she's been doing in the last 12 months and thinking, hang on a second.
Yeah, why not me, right?
Well, maybe she wasn't quite ready the last year or two. She certainly looks like she is now. Sensational tennis. She's everywhere right now. She's some athlete and mover around the court, isn't she?
Relentless. Everywhere and everywhere on time. And the physicality that she's expressing right now after this long tournament, it's amazing to me that she still has anything in the tank, to tell you the truth. And I'm not saying that she spent more time on the court than Pegula, because she didn't. But the difference is what she's been able to achieve and what it takes, the adrenaline that it takes, the mental toughness. You know, it's all new, and the demand that there is outside of the court because of that. It just takes away your energy, and I'm really surprised that she still has so much of it.
She did well to counteract that, because at the start of this service game she had 1 from 7 behind the second serve. That's recovered a little bit to 3 from 9. But that's a danger area for sure for the American at the moment. Trying to encourage herself. Good body language. Because Mike Merkline, the coach, who's been chatting away during this opening set.
Pretty good fight in that game, and that forehand down the line on the run that Pegula was able to reach and redirect.
It's always tough, isn't it, when you're the higher ranked player? Not really know a huge amount about your opponent, although she will certainly have caught up pretty quickly over the course of the last week. Right now, Iala is serving for the set. That's what she needs to dial in, that length. Do you think tactically there's anything that Pegula isn't doing right now which she should be?
I like the fact that she kind of rolled a little bit to the forehand side, put a little more shape on that, with the depth. That's the tactic I think that's going to bother Fiala. she's not as comfortable when that ball is kicking a little higher to that forehand, because she hits the outside of the ball. So it's complicated when that ball is kicking high.
Love 30.
Well, the good thing is she's 19. She's going to bring herself up to 75 in the world, and she's up 5-3 here, even though love 30. But she has so much potential and so many areas of her game that she can improve, and especially the serve. Being a lefty,
plenty of support inside the Hard Rock Stadium tonight. Two Filipino fans have come along to support her. Nothing wrong with that one too.
What am I doing? This is uncanny. You know, remember that she finished very late last night. Pegula. It was very humid conditions against Raducanu, as Yala finished much earlier. It's probably asleep throughout the match of Pegula.
Sign of a little hesitation. There really hasn't been any so far. It's played with utter conviction and freedom.
That's when you wonder what's going on in her head. When she has set points, it goes with back-to-back double faults.
Well, it is in her head now. And from set point, 5-2 becomes 5-4. We're back on serve. Well, back-to-back double faults really have invited Jessica Pegula back into the set. From set point down, those two double faults really open the door. nice.
Yeah, she's thinking more out there. She's using really behind Ayala's play, wrong footing her. She's done it a couple times now, and it's definitely working.
Just working her way back methodically here, using all of her experience. The point you make about that Raducanu match last night is right on the money. Because oftentimes it just takes you a little while to get going, and it felt like she was a little bit flat, not just in the opening 2 games, and then fighting back to 2-2, but in the next 3 that followed.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's an ensemble of things, besides the fact that she's probably a little flat, a little tired from last night. It was a very late match, finished in tough conditions, but on top of that, you're playing against somebody you've never played. You don't know what to expect. You're trying to play your game, but then again, you know, and she's lefty, so, you know, you really have to adapt quickly.
And I wonder as well at which point you start going, no, this is a great chance for me to make the final. This can't be happening.
I think she said that from the get-go. But she, you know, she knows, you know, these are the cards that are dealt. And she's going to have to figure out. Pegula, with the experience, as you mentioned, is definitely capable of doing so, as we're seeing right now. She's too far from that ball. Exactly.
Yeah, I think
Telling
she's
herself to move forward because the slice.
Yeah.
The slice moves the ball to her left. It's not going forward towards her. And she's just a step or two too far from that ball.
Sophie, you have to get used to the pace on the ball. There are so many different paces on the Ayala ball, particularly the serve, the service, especially the second serve. There isn't much pace on that ball, and you've gotten used to it, the level she's playing at, to returning much faster serve. So you've got to try and make all sorts of adjustments. But then off the ground, she's so quick because she takes it so early.
Yep. And the rotation of the ball is different because she's lefty.
Puzzle. But every turn it feels like right now for the American.
That was a short first serve from Ayala, well attacked by Pegula. No chance here for Alexandra Ayala to get the lead back.
Well, listen to that reaction. She's guaranteed a tiebreak in this opening set. At the very least, Pegula will have to serve to stay in it again.
Thank you.
So good. That cross-court forehand is really outstanding.
Yeah. Wrong footing her has been working so well. So.
Cross-court is good. Down the line, not bad either.
I'll take either one. Matter of fact, I'll take both of them.
Yeah, I think I would too. Okay. Time to flex my forehand, says Iala.
30-15.
Look how quickly she gets around the ball to create enough space to hit that forehand inside in. It's all about footwork.
Move forward. Hasn't been able to get into the forecourt much so far tonight.
Starting to play the forehand a little bit more. I think you might get your tie break, Sue.
I think so.
Oof, perfect angle. Can't hit it any better than this. Always want to go short cross court. Very short to the box. Yeah, you can't make that any better. Telling yourself to move forward. If you're going to serve wide as a righty or wide as a lefty on the other side, you have to really find the short one because it's going to go with the slice completely short away from the receiver. It's impossible to touch.
Happened again.
1-0.
Mini break is instant. Another helping hand from the Miami net. That volley.
Audacious, gutsy. A lot of adjectives that we can use, but this is just, wow.
Well, look where she makes contact. She's quite
so
deep.
low. It's so low, though, to get to it. You're right about service line. It's very difficult to do. She misses that forehand really badly, like she doesn't even make contact properly.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mum and Dad are here, watching their daughter in action. She's had a set point already.
2-0.
Still very much in the hunt for this opening set. Look how quickly she came into the net. Brilliant awareness.
That forehand down the line, though, opened the space for her. Look at this. Quickly, she's really seizing the opportunity to see Pegula reaching. There's plenty of time just to punch that volley.
No-nonsense forehand again. Rides to the rescue. There have been so many winners off that wing for Pegula tonight, 9 of them in total. But this has been a scuffle and then some this opening set. And she hasn't really been allowed to settle. She served really well, didn't she, in the opening set yesterday against Emma Raducanu. She hasn't really quite eclipsed those levels on serve tonight.
Yeah, she was way mid-70s on first serve against Raducanu.
Nicely put away.
It's not an easy overhead, especially the one inside out. You have to really get around the backhand side, make sure that ball is to your right when you're right-handed to get the racket through, finding the angle.
Well, she only produced or needed 7 second serves yesterday in the opening set. Jessica Pegula. Tonight there have been 12, and she's only won 5 of them. It's been a big difference. Having said that, she's got a bit of wriggle room now. That set point feels like a long time ago for Alexandra Ayala.
It was about almost, I would say, 18 minutes ago, actually. She double faulted on that set point. That was very painful. Now things are turning.
Well, the reaction tells you much. She was on the brink in that opening set. Had to save a set point, but the world number 4 found her way back, and she takes the opener in the tiebreak.
Second set, Pegula to serve. Out 15 love.
Well, she'll be mighty relieved about the way she's been able to find a way back. Big turning point in the 8th game of this first set. To be very crafty with that half volley drop shot finish. Quite there for her. Energetic point from Ayala.
See, that's forehand is what I mean about hitting the outside of the ball. She goes really around the ball to hit it. I'd like to see that racket head go more through the ball on some of them, just to have a little bit more pace.
moment. She seems okay.
Yeah, she's touching her glute, and you know that left leg is already hampered, and she's definitely having... Everything must be hurting, I tell you. The amount of matches she played. She twisted... Oh, yeah, she did twist it. Left ankle, left leg.
That second serve. Getting back to that snap ankle roll. Sometimes it feels fine in the immediate aftermath. It just tends to stiffen up sometimes as the match goes on, certainly the next day.
You seem to know a little bit about that.
Speak from bitter experience.
Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful.
It really is. Well, the second serve percentages in terms of points won behind that second serve is creeping up for Pegula. When you look at the average earlier in the year, it was so good. 54%, in fact, she was winning behind it. That's the highest percentage of points on second serve of any player at WTA Tour level this year. But at the moment it's at 42, which I think says much to the quality of the Iala return.
I think she might need the physio. That wouldn't surprise me, just because of, you know, her glute muscle. She seems to be definitely feeling some pain there. Pam Whitecross, referee supervisor, and on the side, who's going to probably call in.
It's relentless ball striking.
So you see that overhead, how hard she hit it with flats? I would like for her to do some of that on her serve. That was completely flat. And it would be a good thing to do sometimes with her first serve. Or accelerate as fast with the slice, which doesn't do as much. It's better here.
Well, I guess she would look at the career of someone like Angelique Kerber, another lefty who didn't have the biggest first serve, did she?
No, but she had the biggest legs.
She'd certainly...
Could she just retrieve balls? How
She
about
so
that?
could. She could just run and run and run and defend.
But she was also very... I mean, people didn't think that she was hitting the ball hard, but when you saw her live, she was putting some pace on that ball as well.
Yeah.
And she mentioned, you know, Alexandra Ayala about playing on the big courts. That, you know, was for her the first time that she was playing on the short court. It was a very different experience because she used to playing, you know, ITF tournaments where everybody's playing next to each other and there's a lot of room for air coming in, and all of a sudden she's in that court. She felt like it was confined with the amount of people in the fans and in the bleachers. But she said she wanted to stay focused and forget about anything else around her. She did that very well throughout the tournament. She's still there. She's suffering, though. You can tell that.
You're doing super well, huh? Vamos. Vamos, Alex.
she had so many options here. Fiala just well anticipated by Pegula.
Están bien jugados.
Has used the backing behind superbly tonight. Able to find such a punishing short angle cross court with that forehand.
And she keeps hitting her glute with her right hand.
Forehands just not finding the mark uncharacteristically.
Deuce.
Very wisely just taking a moment here.
Next up.
Made sure that one did.
Advantage. Pegula.
Again, going behind the body of Fiala, was recovering to the middle, just couldn't come back.
Game Pegula.
Very well done. Just made absolutely sure at deuce there was nothing on offer for her young opponent. She continues.
Not receiving medical
Glove
help.
for the ankle, which is never a good feeling, but it didn't go and rolled completely, so it's a good thing. It's a taping job to try to mobilize the ankle. It's going to be quite tight. You almost feel like you have a cast on when they tape you. You always have to lift your foot towards your knee.
I was like, you gave me a heart attack.
Like a mummy now.
I didn't hear what she said.
She said, I feel like a mummy now.
Well, that's
She's
nothing.
got a lot of strapping on that left leg, hasn't
because
she?
of that leg, yeah, you're right. I remember Venus Williams at Indian Wells one year when she played. It was about 6-7 years ago. And she came on the court. She was like taped from like head to toe. It is.
Yeah, that's fine.
She did
Tough
look like a
sport.
mummy. It is a tough sport. Well, I mean, the one thing about this sport is that there's not really a time of break. They play all year round until, for the best player, they play until mid-November, end of November with the Billie Jean King Cup. Then they
Yeah,
start
and they
again.
might only have like a
Yeah.
week, 10 days of vacation, and then they're right back into pre-season. There really isn't.
It's no time
No.
to change, no time to, to change grip, which is one of the reasons that a lot of players are very reluctant to changing stuff.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see what her schedule is like over the next weeks and months. Jessica Pegula having a conversation with Mark Merklein. She's found a way to start to solve the puzzle. The unforced errors have certainly hurt the teenager a little bit, twice as many as her opponent, but she is in front in the winners' column.
She hasn't addressed at all the glute problem. Interesting. Well, I guess one thing at a time, right?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Ah, wrong side.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it's a ritual. She just tapped her glute with her right hand. I don't know. I haven't seen her play enough, but didn't notice it in the past rounds. New balls here. Are starting to pile up. And you see the unforced errors, but she is like so close in that match, considering the amount of unforced errors. And she's doing very well elsewhere. Feel the grunts, and the grunts are also coming from Pegula.
It's a clever return. Sliced return, just kept it low.
I don't think she had a choice. I think she just had to block it because she was a little late, and it worked out in her favor.
Got the break. Having things her own way now, and it has not been like that for the entirety of this contest, but she's found a way.
Yeah, for Pegula right now, she's going to have to push because she's definitely a step slower, and for Ayala, it's even more of a push. She's going to have to dig really deep to try to find the third win. to come back in this set, in this match. Not sure she has it in her.
There's always that. It's effortlessly brilliant.
Yeah, this is also good. The movement around the backhand side is so good. She's so quick. And the ball is perfectly placed when she's ready to hit it. Got it.
Found another.
That serve was exquisite. I was amazed that Alexandra Ayala actually got it back.
Ooh. Well, she was probably a little bit worried about the pace of Ayala. Tried to play that too close to the line and paid the price.
Again, you know, it's funny because if you really watch the match against Raducanu, she used that serve so many times to the point that Raducanu's camp was telling Raducanu to move to the right, which she never did. And this is actually the same thing here. You need to move one step to your right to ask for Pegula to go to the tee.
Really aggressive on second serve return. And back in the set as a result of that.
Pegula leads 3 games to 2.
She's a reinvigorated force.
She's finding that third win, without a doubt. So one thing about her movement, after she hit that Ayala, you see her turning towards the forehand. She's actually running towards the forehand as opposed to recovering facing the net. You have to keep your shoulders facing the net if you ever want a chance to go behind you and back to the forehand side.
That's not coming back. But she is.
20-15.
That's a great serve. Give her a little chance for a shorter ball.
Well, that was pretty rapid hold of serve. And 3-1 has turned into 3-3 quite quickly.
Saying there's no problem. It's 3-all. Everything is good. Wow, where's Jessica Pegula going right now?
Into reverse.
Completely. Up 3-1 with a break. And now 2 consecutive games for Ayala.
Needed that. That moves her up to 30% in terms of points won behind the second serve. It was down at 22% in this set. Yes, no indeed. If you're an American fan, she's looking awfully dangerous again. Relentless.
I mean, she has been so aggressive since being down 3-1.
Watch out with the wide again. Ojo con el abierto otra vez, vamos.
We're being warned about the wide serve. Pegula needs to find first serves at the moment. They've gone missing, along with her momentum.
It's not very expressive. Love it though. Oh man.
Well, it's remarkable. Absolutely remarkable. And those Filipino fans have gone a little bit potty again. And she's giving them plenty to cheer about with the last 3 games in a row now.
What a turnaround here for Ayala. Now in the lead. 3 games in a row. Down 3-1 now. 4-3 serving. Yeah, and the mistakes keeps on piling up from the racket of Pegula, who's a step slower. Giving away a lot of points. This is amazing. Absolutely amazing what she's been able to do in the last 25 minutes, 20 minutes.
She's on a tear up.
Yep. It's amazing when you look at the numbers. She had 14 winners for 28 unforced errors in the first. She's at 8 and 8 on winners count and unforced errors right now, Ayala. That's cleaning up the mess you did in the first set. She was so close in that first set.
She was.
Just missed.
It was a nice change up of rhythm from Pegula.
30-15.
Tenacious point from the American.
30-all.
They've been very vocal throughout this tournament in Miami.
Thank you.
Must be the heat.
Thank you.
They've had a lot to get vocal about. Oh, she's made it.
How quick was that? Talk about explosiveness.
30-14.
That first step, getting off the ground. She was so far behind the baseline. Look at this. And what she was able to do. Totally unbalanced when she hit that forehand. Yep. Just too good.
She's back in the set. That was a big moment at 30-all. It's a pretty tentative serve at that point as well from Ayala. Only 69 miles an hour, that first serve on that point. But Pegula still had to pull something pretty special out of the bag to win that point and push on for the break.
You know what they say, it's always a couple points in a match that makes the difference. And we saw that earlier in the first set with the set point and the double fault from Alexandra Ayala. And here in this game alone. Remember that the Filipina was up 30-love on her serve.
Yes, she was.
In that last service game, and there was 4 points in a row for Pegula to break back.
I'd like to see her use her slice a bit more, the American.
Yep, I
Just
agree.
get her out of this rhythm, because she's in an amazing rhythm right now. The teenager.
Yep, again, wrong footing. Ayala, and it worked perfectly well throughout this match.
The key to that point was finding the depth again. That's another option, a good one.
Like she has so much potential.
Tried to hit that too flat over the high part of the net. Got found out.
stop the run of 7 points in a row for Pegula.
She's fighting back again. She's having to dig so deep out there, the world number 4.
Pegula leads 5 games to 4.
But she's a game away now, potentially, from the Miami final. Well, a break of serve here will put her into the Miami final for the very first time.
Lovely team.
Pouring it on and piling on the pressure.
30.
Vamos, este punto. Tíralas al centro con fuerza. Venga, alguna alta, ¿eh? Primero dentro. Vamos.
Fight. She says, when asked to describe herself in 3 words, she just said she was competitive, determined and ambitious. And we've seen all of these things this week.
Second set.
Hasn't served a double fault in this set. 4 in set 1. 2 of them coming back to back. And she was serving for the set. Video game tennis.
Well, this is what she's been able to do when she was down 1-3 in the second set. She's been so aggressive, taking the ball so early, finding the energy to do so. And that's, to me, just showing how mature she is and how willing she is to go the distance to really dig deep.
Outstanding.
I mean, from love 30, you would have thought that maybe this could have been the end. Her coach telling her to stay focused and concentrate. Concentración. Concentración. What is that Spanish? Oh boy.
She's not going anywhere quietly, nor indeed soon either.
Job's not done, come on.
No, the job isn't done. And it isn't done at the other end of the court either, for Pegula. 2 points away from victory. She was a little bit further away now.
Thank you.
Just missed it. She's got to get her out of this rhythm somehow. exquisite.
Where is she finding that energy and the accuracy with it? Because she is trying to hit winners off of every single balls that are coming her way. And it's working.
Yeah, it is.
It's a good response from Pegula.
30-15.
Yeah, we are closing on midnight here in Miami.
Dangerous from everywhere along that baseline. There's no hiding place.
Time.
Well, this is the scenario we had in the opening set, with Iala in control, potentially. Pegula was able to find a way back then. Quite so certain it's going to happen in this set. Unforced errors are piling up. She's trying to get the energy going there. Needs an injection of something right now.
Yeah, she's trying to find the energy and the movement, because she's feeling herself somewhat tired. And I think the last night match definitely
spectacular.
We're gonna run out of adjectives to really explain how good Iala has been playing in this set, and how aggressive. She's taking the ball with half volleys most of the time from the baseline, and that last one here. What a way to say a set point.
I mean, she did what we've been wanting to see, which was change up the rhythm there with that moon ball deep to the baseline, and it did help. But still, Iala found a way to make it very tricky. Second set point. We're going the distance in Miami.
7 games to 5.
Wonderful.
Final set. Pegula to serve. New balls.
they pick up where they left off.
59.
Give the teenager an inch, she will take a mile.
Alexa, alarm in 1 hour.
1 hour alarm set for 1:12 a.m.
It's so good.
40-15.
That's the start she needed. That serve had become vulnerable, hadn't it, from the point at which she was in an authoritative position in the second set.
She's going to have to push right here, but she did great in this game just to be more aggressive. It's what she needs to do, Pegula, if she wants to win this match, because it's been really Alexandra who's been the aggressor in the second set after being down 3-1. It's absolutely unbelievable how she was able to take the ball so early. Put so much pressure on Pegula and not really giving her time.
It's 11 minutes past midnight in Miami. It's going to be a late finish for these two.
Well, the good thing is they're not playing in the final until Saturday, but still.
There's always going to be a risk that we'd have a late finish tonight with 5 matches on the centre court
True.
today.
Yeah. I know someone who's very happy about this match taking that long.
Aryna Sabalenka.
Who's out there saying, oh yeah, go 7-6 in the third, please. Who had a 6-2, 6-2 victory today. And I think just a little bit more than an hour, I believe. Played so well against Jasmine Paolini, who didn't play badly, just bulldozer Sabalenka. Jumping here to get that, but that pickup in the half volley, exceptional.
Jessica Pegula has her dream come true. She is into the final in Miami, and a magical run ends for the world number 104.